Hello.
Hey,
Welcome
Kyle.
to Popcorn Buckets.
The movie podcast nobody asked for, but you got it anyways.
Yep. So Devin, today we are reviewing The Invisible Man Returns, 1940.
Wow, yeah, cult classic. Also, I love how this movie, for the record, I love how this movie opens up and it's like, hey, by the way, in big bold letters, this is a sequel to The Invincible Man. Hey. And then like 2 seconds later, hey, this is a sequel to Invincible Man. Like they kept saying that over and over within like 30 seconds to each other. I was like, I get it.
It's probably because the time period they didn't sequels weren't really a thing,
Uh-huh.
and so that's probably why.
Oh, that Luna.
Yep.
Where's the other one?
We're still trying to like ease them into being with each other.
Oh, really? So where's the other
Mhm.
one? In the bedroom? Or is it just hiding?
We got her in the bathroom. We're letting them like explore bit by bit. We're trying to get the scent, them comfortable with each other's scents.
Yeah.
It's taken time because Sally Mae smells like cigarettes because her past owner smokes, and so we're trying to like gently acclimate them. They're
What would you
hissing
do?
and growling now, which is hissing is to be expected.
Uh-huh.
So,
What are you gonna do if Luna just farts in your face one day? She just gets up there just and runs.
so one morning I'm making breakfast, and then all of a sudden, I hear, and she ran up to me, went, and then ran away, and I'm like the cat just farted on me and ran away.
Dude, Jack and Lily produce the most stinkiest farts together. Like they'll just be sitting on the couch and you'll just hear, "Brrr." Oh, and there's a cat butt in my face. I kind of deserve that this morning.
So, yep.
Also, you like my new hat?
Um, you look like you're about to go play golf. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know. Well, I'm wearing my new fit. I wanted to wear my. I'm trying to break in my new pullover,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to adjust the band of this visor. So I'm just like, I'll just wear this stuff today because I mean I've got a show tonight, and I was like, I need to break this stuff in anyways.
Yeah, Luna has some of the most dubious or not farts, poops. Like they stink.
Oof.
Sally Mae, anything that she like creates is stinky because it smells like cigarettes. Her poop smells like cigarettes. Her pee
Mm.
smells like cigarettes, and we're like, how?
How pee?
I don't know. It's just like in her.
Like, dude, like, what is she doing? Smoking the cigarette?
I don't know. With her, but I know her owner because he's a friend of mine. Normally he vapes. He only like smokes cigarettes when things with his family are getting bad. So I'm like, something. He's not having a good time. So
Mm.
I'm kind of worried about him.
Sorry to hear that. But yeah, so sequel. Yeah, we've talked about this before. What other series and movies during this decade that was a sequel that we were talking about? Was it The Wolfman? We've had that conversations where sequels were rare.
No, Wolfman was a sequel. I think Bride of Frankenstein was technically a sequel.
I would.
Technically,
I mean, I feel
he
like.
died in the original though, so no.
I mean, you can just never tell. But I remember we talked about that before.
Technically, Bride of Frankenstein is a sequel, but it's not at the same time because the original one he dies. Dracula
Mm.
dies, so Daughter of Dracula is a sequel
Uh huh.
because he's dead in it. Um. So yeah,
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not enjoy this movie.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it.
I did. I didn't. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Invisible Man went from being a menace to like he's like acting like a 13-year-old child, and he's like, no, 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 boo, boo. I'm
No,
gonna get you.
he's pretty much just messing with people in most of these movies.
I just didn't like it. I feel like in the first movie he had a reason, but in this one he's like, hey, look at me, I'm invisible,
Yep.
and just so childish.
Could you recap the movie?
Yeah, after they said it was a sequel for like multiple times within 30 seconds, we meet our fan favorite Invisible Man, who's up to his normal shenanigans, and he's just like, I need to find a cure. And then he meets this professor, and the professor's like, I got the cure. He's like, great, give me the cure.
No. The professor was trying to make a cure for his brother.
Yeah. He's like, well, give it to me. I don't know. And then shenanigans, some weird, romance plot. And then the people are like, hey, do you think we forgot about what you did in the first movie? Kill him. And
Yep.
again, it felt like some of the same movie, but I know it wasn't because different actors and the brother was in play with the cure. And then he quote unquote died, but then he didn't die, but then he got cured. The end.
So
That's
right
why I
from
didn't
that,
like this movie because I was like, some of it felt the same, but then some of his actions felt even more childish. And I'm like, well, I like the ending. I like how he got cured.
okay. So my notes.
All right, go
So
ahead.
this takes place in 1933.
Mm-hmm.
After the film, obviously, the prison was much too lax. They're like, yeah, we go in there and play cards with him all the time. He stripped down and got out.
I forgot.
And I'm just like, see, in America now, you can't really do that with the police.
Uh,
Like, you can't show like the incompetence on their part in like movies and stuff, which is why a lot of these like serial killer movies, they're like, he's so smart. I can't believe this has happened. But in actuality, it's just incompetence. Um, this is not like hating on the police right now. This is like a genuinely, this happens. Like, as somebody that works security, it takes one person to fuck up, and then normally something will go underneath the radar, or you know,
you,
this is just somebody cutting slack. Will do that.
they're much better. Um, yeah, no. I also think it's just part of this decade, right? Where it's the Looney Tune. Hey, it's Luna. It's like the Looney Tune effect, right?
Yep.
Cops are like, "Oh no, the Invisible Man took his clothes off. Where is he?" And he's just like, "Hee hee," and he just runs and shuts the door behind him and runs. Like, dude, come on now.
But no, like that is legitimately how a lot of these serial killers like do so well and thrive, and that's because incompetence on police parts. So yeah,
Oof.
I couldn't find her Hurricane, but benzocaine spray is used to numb the lining of the mouth. Um, hold on a second. Are you not recording?
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
I couldn't find Hurricane, but benzocaine spraying is used to numb the lining of the mouth and the throat before certain medical procedures, such as intubation. It is also used for temporary relief of pain from minor mouth or throat problems, such as sore throat, canker sores, minor dental procedures, mouth and gum injury.
Hmm.
So, Devin, guinea pigs.
Oh God.
I the term is I'm going to use you as a guinea pig. Um, they he was using literal guinea pigs.
Well, he also was using cats in the Invisible. Well, no, that's a different scientist. Sorry, I'm a couple movies ahead as of this recording. But sometimes you gotta do what you
That
got.
was a completely different cat, Devin.
Don't
You're not going to be tested on. Stop giving me that look.
don't you test Luna. Luna's like, excuse me. Did she
Um,
look at you when you said tested on cat? Did she just
yeah, she's like stopped purring and went,
I think she knows what that means. She's like, "Excuse me."
but
Oh, that's so
no,
sweet.
they use literal guinea pigs, which I found surprising because pigs or mice
Uh,
um, would be more close to like testing on humans than I think guinea pigs would be.
mm,
I I'm not looking at genomes right now. I'm just looking at what we already use in lab settings.
mm-hmm.
So, yep. Um, sauce means drunk. Okay.
That kind of flew over my head, but dude, and I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. One of my employees at the school, and I'm trying to collect all 1,000 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. Right? That's just been like my one little hobby, and I've got the master volumes of volumes 1 through 4. And so, like they use sauce, and some of that lingo just flies over our head today because we don't use that anymore.
Luna did not like the dogs barking on the screen. She was not a fan.
A fan of what?
The dogs barking.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
She freaked out.
Yeah, she freaked out when the dog started barking. This is like the first time I've had like a dog bark on TV,
Uh,
and she's like, "Hell, what?" She's like staring at the TV and then run away
mm,
and started hiding.
mm.
Helen is out cold a lot in this movie.
Yeah.
She's like faints, falls asleep. She's just laid out so much in this movie, and I'm like, I, what the heck? What the heck, Helen?
I mean, it'd be like that.
The floating newspaper isn't the best special effect in this movie so far. A lot of it did not have as good special effects as the first one.
Yeah, and again, that's another thing too. I don't know if again the first one for its time was great, right? Oh, why is your tongue green?
I don't, I don't know. I've had some toast. That's it.
Okay. Okay, your tongue just looked green from where I was standing when you yawned. Anyways, this the first movie had some great effects, practical effects from the 30s. But this one, it was like, wasn't impressed. It was mediocre.
Yeah. No, 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 no.
What is she doing?
She's trying to stop me from getting on my computer.
Oh, is she fighting? Oh, today's episode's brought to you by Luna. Love me. I don't see a third person on the screen. I just see the one. I just see the one dummy. Love me. Dude, she's determined.
Okay. Flinner will let me.
I can't help but laugh because Luna's like, no, no.
Let's see. Is Spears drinking and driving, or is he supposed to be comedically stupid?
She didn't. Oh, bye.
Okay.
I thought he was just trying to be a stupid side character, to be honest with you.
Well, let me finish the
Oh,
note.
my bad. Go ahead.
Drinking and driving was made illegal in the United Kingdom in 1967 with the Road Safety Act. The act established the first legal blood alcohol uh, concentration (BAC) limit for drivers. Update: Mr. Spears did have one glass of whiskey.
Yeah, a man's drink in that time. A man's man.
Oh yeah, drink some whiskey right now.
Dude, it's 10:42 in the morning.
Yeah, but you're a man. You're a he. You're a him. You're not into that mentally gay shit.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Listen, we both know now in our older ages, we're drinking Mai Tais and fruity cocktails, and I'm calling it a day. Although I did.
Hold on a second. I don't know if this will work.
What are you doing?
Hold on, man.
In the pina coladas.
She hit.
Barely. What the hell? That's how I heard it. Oh.
I'm a man. I'm a he. I don't get into that mentally ill stuff.
What the where did you
Welcome to. I am chronically online, so I know a plethora of things.
golly. This is our research and development department, fellas. This is our research and development department.
Fun fact: me and one of my coworkers kept referencing that Friday.
Really?
I'm a he. I'm a him. I'm not into that mentally ill shit.
As you're playing with train models and looking for spooky Pinocchios?
He wants to be your friend.
Dude, I swear to God, if you bring that Pinocchio next month, I'm gonna throw it in a dumpster. I might.
Do you want the Mickey Mouse one, or do you want the rocking Minnie Mouse that is missing ears and the blanket over her lap looks like it's teeth?
You know what? Bring all of them. I'll plant them in the schools.
Okay.
Actually, that would be a cool prank to do in the field house.
Okay.
All right.
Drinking and driving became illegal in the United Kingdom in 1967. The Road Safety Act made the drivers but alcohol more than 80 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood. The act established penalties for caught driving under the influence of alcohol. The act was controversial at the time and had to save many lives. Since the act passed, the number of drinking and driving deaths has decreased. Yep. So, fun fact: United Kingdom was, or not yet. United States was much later,
Mm-hmm.
and much later. You can find people on Fox News being like, "This is stupid. This is unconstitutional. Why would they stop us from drinking and driving? I'm getting off work. It's been a long day. Why shouldn't I have a 6-pack in my car on my way home?"
Don't. No. That's.
This is like legitimate things you can find.
Oh wait, yeah. On Fox News, the I know what you're talking about. Somebody on my Facebook shit.
What, you thought I was doing this?
First of all, if you could, you probably would every blue moon.
No, no, that's not safe. That would get people killed, Devin.
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about on the Fox News. My brain was like, yeah, back in the 30s, Fox News got established, and that was their whole goal, was complaining about drinking and driving.
No. This was like an interview in, I believe, the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, it was late 70s, early 80s. I know exactly what you're talking about because they're also like, seat belts. I don't need seat belts. We just throw them in the back of the shell camper.
Yep. Hold on.
There we go.
Let me look up.
Okay.
Man was drinking. All right, Devin. What's your guess for the year?
I'm going to say 1978. I feel like it was the late 70s.
10 years off. 1988.
Oh, I said it was in the 80s when it came out.
So drinking and driving became illegal in all 50 states in 1988 with the passage of the National Minimum Drinking Age Act. The act set legal drinking age at 21.
Mm-hmm.
Established a national blood alcohol concentration (BAC) limit of 0.08%. 1910, New York became the first state to prohibit drinking and driving. 1938, American Medical Association and National Safety Council created the first legal BAC limit of 0.15. 1953, Robert Borkstein invented the breathalyzer. 1980, Mothers Against Drinking and Driving, aka MAD, was founded by Candy Lightner.
Hmm.
1984, the national minimum drinking age was passed, requiring states to raise the legal drinking age to 21. 2000, Congress passed legislation tying federal highway funding to compliance with BAC limit of 0.08%.
Now you know.
There's a little bit more.
Oh,
The crackdown on drinking and driving in the 1980s included the increased arrests for drinking and driving, lobbying by citizen groups like MAD, and the designated driver campaign.
Hmm.
So a lot of this stuff, like you may remember it, where it's like the cop watching you leave the bar,
yeah.
that and the commercial where you're like the car's full of beer. Those in the 2000s were part of those legislation stuff,
Right.
trying to like crack down.
Okay. Yeah, I just know in the state of Georgia, you better not have an open 6-pack or you're screwed.
Well, you're not even allowed to have it in reach of the driver.
Yeah. That's even that, you're screwed.
So, yeah, there's like harsh laws on it and all that.
To our young viewers at home, don't drink and drive. Don't even buy. If you do buy, throw it in your trunk.
To our young viewers at home, you probably aren't old enough to drink, so I don't know what Devin's talking about.
Our 21-year-olds that just turned 21, throw it in the trunk of your car. If you're,
you say young, and I am like, I'm thinking of that one thing where it's like Tommy, age 9, alcoholic.
what the?
That is what I'm thinking of.
Oh no.
Poor little Tommy.
Timmy, or just like the whole group of them in the treehouse. Just they, American Dad, where Roger opened up a bar upstairs or in their attic.
No, I haven't watched American Dad, only on clips on TikTok.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. I was trying to DM some people last night. My For You page has gotten weird again.
Yeah, mine's mainly mine's talking a lot about winter boots.
Mine's right now about Catholic.
Hold on a minute. If you know, you know. Keep going.
Dude, mine's also about like Catholic priests and Catholicism.
Are you sure it's about Catholicism?
Mm-hmm.
Is it about the inauguration pastor or bishop? Sorry.
No, it's been like other different Catholic content creators. One's a priest that I was thinking about DMing to invite on the show, but then the rest of them are small creators, and I'm like, huh.
Listen, as long as they're okay with LGBTQ plus people, we're good.
Yeah, I got to look into that. I don't know. Like it's like we talked about the other day. The 4 U's have not been the same because before then I was getting a bunch of streamers and cosplayers, and now
No, a lot of mine are like Nazi salute. Elon Musk did a Nazi salute. And now it's just
dude,
winter boots.
As soon as that happened, I turned off the app.
You need winter boots. They're great for squashing things, like Nazis.
Did you really have a TikTok that said that?
I've had multiple. And there's a whole TikTok trend of tearing up something red, and it transitions to a scene from a movie where it's tearing up the Nazi flag. Popcorn buckets approved.
It's okay. Late last night before I went to bed, I'm seeing all these ads where people are selling their phones with TikTok on it. And I did not know in the App Store, by law, it is banned.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that people were just being the internet. And I was like, oh.
See, you told me you were going to delete it. And so I was like, no, hold off. Remember
I know. I'm glad
Bird.
you. Well, we didn't know what was going to happen because I was like, what's the point of having this app if it's banned? Oh, I'm glad you talked me out of it.
Yeah, Flappy Bird. Flappy Bird taught me a lot of things.
Flappy Bird? We're the generation with Flappy Bird.
A lot of my TikTok is trans people crying about how they can't do things because the government, they had like prior setup to do things like change their name, passport, and all this, and they can't. And they're like, I probably already know the answer. So what's the point in keeping on living? And I'm like, this is messed up.
But yeah. All right, next note. Sorry, this took a dark turn real quick.
Well, 2025 is so far a rough time.
Well, by the time this comes out, ain't no telling what's gonna happen. But let's see what happens when this comes out.
It relied more on green screen than special effects.
You saw
than
green
the first
screen?
movie did. Yes.
Oh wait, duh. When he actually takes off his clothes, Devin, duh, it's probably a morph suit. Duh.
Jeffrey's voice is so ominous and fits the craze aspect so well, especially when he laughs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is peak cinema. And then later, he did not fit peak cinema. So, I mean, first known blood transfusion was attempted shortly after William Harvey discovered blood circulation in 1628. The first successful blood transfer was performed in 1665 by Richard Lower, an English physician. Let's see. And early blood transfusions. 1667, John Baptiste Dennis and Richard Lower reported success transfusions from sheep to humans. 1668, Giovanni Guglielmo performed transfusions from animals to humans. 1795, Philip Singh Physic performed a human blood transfusion in Philadelphia but did not publish it. 1818, James Blundell performed the first successful transfusion of human blood to a patient using a syringe to extract blood from the patient's husband. Okay? Some more modern stuff. 1901, Carl Landsteiner discovered ABO blood groups, blood types. 1907, Reuben Ottenberg suggested cross-matching blood types before a transfusion. 1914, Huston discovered a way to prevent blood from coagulating outside the body. 1932, Andrei Bagdrovsk developed a way to store donated blood for 21 days.
21 days.
Yep.
Huh.
Blood being the antidote is kind of stupid.
I mean, it is what it is. It kind of makes sense. It kind of doesn't. I kind of agree with you. It doesn't make sense. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm glad he got a happy ending. But this movie was just mediocre.
Yep. So my last note is just a recap of the movie.
All right, go ahead.
Framed for the murder of his brother, Jeffrey Radcliffe is scheduled to hang after the visit of his friend, Dr. Frank Griffin. He vanished mysteriously from prison. The police inspector Simpson realizes that Griffin is the brother of the original Invisible Man and is giving Jeffrey the formula to aid in escape. Can Jeffrey elude the police dragnet and track down the murder? More importantly, can Griffin discover an antidote before the invisibility formula drives Jeffrey crazy or insane?
Probably insane.
Let's see. All right, Devin. That's my last note. Let me look up
scores. I'm curious to see what other people say because I feel like this movie was mediocre throughout.
Let's see. So Letterbox 3.2 out of 5.
Okay, so mediocre.
IMDb 6.5 out of 10.
Wow. Okay, I'm surprised it's at a 6.
So tomato meter 87%.
No way. Really?
Popcorn meter 60%.
Okay, 60. Okay, 60's pushing it, but okay. But really, 87%.
No. So Devin, what are you rating this movie?
Honestly, I'm giving it a 5. I can't.
Okay.
I don't think it deserves to be anything higher than 5. I don't think it deserves anything to be lower than 5. It's just like the sequel. It's not a terrible sequel, but it's not like, oh my god, it's a masterpiece. It was just like, okay, ugh, it's a sequel.
Okay, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10.
Ooh, really?
Yes, I do not think this is as good as the original first movie.
Oh, correct.
It's a sequel though.
Uh-huh.
I do think I'm gonna like teeter on other Invisible Man movies
Uh-huh.
because I think this is like right out the gate. They're probably got an ego, and so I'm assuming that my opinion on the Invisible Man may teeter and totter because I'm assuming this is just like right out the gate. They're like, success. Let's see what we can do. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a bad movie. I'd probably watch this movie again.
I mean, they kept some of the original cast. It still has a little bit of charm, but it's like I don't know, man. Just diving into this, I was like, okay. And then like he acted more childish than menacing, and I'm like, dude, I'm over this.
So I don't think this is a bad movie. I'd watch this again.
Yeah, I just think it's a medium 5. Like I'm just like, if it's a rainy day,
It's like movie marathon level. Okay, yeah, let's movie marathon some movies about the Invisible Man. That's okay.
yeah, it's not complete trash. But to me, I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a masterpiece.
No, I do think they improve later on, but I don't think this is the worst movie we've seen, and I don't think this is the best movie we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's middle of the road. We're close to a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So out of 20. So I think we're pretty close. Would you like to know what other movies we've rated at a 9 out of 10 or 9 out of 20?
Can't be that many. Go ahead.
There's like 8 of them now.
Really? What's
Yep.
what's the 8?
Gamer versus Zygon.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
High School Musical.
They're all in this together. Mediocre movie.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning.
Yeah.
The Conjuring.
I forgot we did that. Yeah, that movie. Ugh, so slow paced. But
The Outlaw Josie Wells.
yep.
The Invisible Man Returns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've talked about that one enough.
This is what this one is. This is the episode.
There you go, Devin. The cookie gets the square, you get the joke. The Killer Shrews.
That really was a 9?
Yep.
Wow, why do I always think we did that one lower?
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
No, that one deserves a 9 out of 20. It did not age well.
It was better than expected on a rewatch.
Yeah, but it deserves a 9 out of 20.
But Devin, I am out of notes. I am out of stuff. Next week we're continuing Universal movies with The Invisible Woman 1940.
Yep.
So, where can they find it?
Hey, as always, come check me out on my podcast, the More Sports Podcast, the sports podcast for everybody, as well as Kyle's show, The Random Hour, where we've had some awesome people sit down with us and interviewed them about what got them into cosplay, streaming, and things of that nature. And then also just episodes of me and him where we're just being us. And then, hey, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Random Incorporated, where you can watch the video versions of this episode as well as those interviews and some original content. And hey, follow us on Instagram as Rando Bucket Boys. And hey, we're on Twitter as Rando Corporate 1. And last words because I can't think of anything.
Do better because you keep being like my last words are last words.
I just can't think of anything. Like I'm just like I used to be able to pull a movie quote, and I'm just like this movie was mediocre.
See, you never actually went with the movie itself. You were like, left field. I'm taking a left turn. Another left turn.
You know what? Today's episode is brought to you by Pepsi. Quench your thirst.
Yeah, we're not ending with that.
You're not ending with that?
No, we're not
All right.
sponsored.
Okay. On all seriousness, my last words will be, hey, Mr. Scarecrow, let me borrow your coat.